back to the Better By Next Day podcast, where we are live from Melbourne Frontyard Ultra. We are at another start line. How epic is this? I didn't think we were going to be here because only 2 or 3 weeks ago we were in Sydney covering that event, and now we're at the biggest backyard ultra that Victoria has ever hosted.
It's been a good vibe, and this is almost our thing now as well, coming to these events and like building the backyard community up a little bit. Like, yeah, I think that the whole community around this place, like the village is epic. Like, it looks like you have a festival here. It's not in frame at the moment, but there is a festival, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and what I love about Ultra Series is that they're a little bit different to most events, where most people play on 3 minutes they'll have a hooter, on 2 minutes they'll have a hooter, and then on 1 minute, whereas Ultra Series plays the same goddamn song over and over again at 5 minutes to go. Whereas, and what is it here?
5 minutes to go. So you got, what's the song?
One More Time.
Yeah, One More Time.
And it's just nuts. So we're going to see everyone running through in the next 4 or so minutes.
And how many people are left? I think 50 odd?
I think that they're going to break the Ultra Series record for the most people at 24 hours.
And I think before this it was like 45, 48 or something like that. Yeah. And they now have above 50 on 23 they're going out on at the moment.
And this event's grown like exponentially. I think last year they had like 70 or 80 people, maybe that much.
No, I actually heard it was like 100, 120, but they have still grown over 150. Yeah.
They've doubled. And I mean, there are some huge names at this event. And there's a lot of first timers that have got massive goals. We have been lucky enough to follow Brady Nankervis, who is a good friend of ours. He's actually going to
jump on later.
He's going to jump on straight after he does this next lap. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to try and time it at the right time. But you've got him, you've got Alex Cleary dialed in, like
Ryan Crawford
vibes, yeah. And then you've got like the people like Margie Hadley, who, I mean, she did the Hardcore Harry's challenge with me, and that form really stood up for me at Sydney, and it's going to be interesting to see how she performs.
Yeah, even you got like Gaddy as well, who had a late minute, last minute entry into the race, and he's just absolutely crushing it. Like, I'm going out there, I love following the stories of people, because I've been doing a lot of recording of this event, and I love looking at people's faces and what they're feeling and everything like that. And you can just tell the ones who are locked in, the ones who are running on vibes, the ones who are actually happy to be here. Yeah. It's great. And even before, like, we had a guy come in and he's like, "No, I'm done." And my number one rule is never finish in the village. You always finish out on course. And I told him, "No, you go out and you finish on course." He's like, "Only because you're Oliver Kaprizak, I'm doing it."
Well, it's funny because then his crew come up to you afterwards. I was standing there and I'm like, "Who are these guys coming up to you?" And they're like, "Oh, thanks, man, thanks." And that's the biggest difference.
You know what was so cool though? The next leap I went out on course to record, and he was there. Was he? And he made the next leap.
Did he make it through the loop?
It's like, it's just, you got to give yourself the chance to be able to get through.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? There's so many cool vibes here, and there's some broken bodies there. We're actually looking back at everyone. They're about to start. He's got 1 minute to go before they all take off. But it is like, this event is absolutely pumping. And you know what I love? I reckon that with all this coverage, with this podcast, and with all the content that we're creating and what everyone else is creating, people are becoming household names. Like, you've got the Crow, you know, everyone loves him, he's jovial, he likes to have a joke. You've got guys like Ben Nichols, who's the Tractor.
Tim Boone
Tractor. You got people everyone's so into these big names. You got Matt Doob, like, he's stoic as. I mean, these people have done, like, if you really look at it, these people are running for 60 or 70 hours, and they're just, you know, they're going to become household names.
I think they're about to take off 10 seconds.
8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo! Off they go. Good work, guys. Woo! Good work, guys. See you soon, Brady.
He's excited.
Yeah, they're absolutely dominating, these guys. And there's so many people left.
Yeah, I can't believe it. You know what? And it's like, yeah, you and we explain it all the time. Probably sound like a broken record, but you do live in a bubble. And I feel like it's just like it's gone by so fast. 23 hours ago this race started.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad that we're covering it now because you're actually seeing like everyone come into their own. Everyone's kind of found their pace and their rhythm, and you can really see how they're actually feeling because they're either struggling and they look terrible, or they're putting on a brave face, or it's just it's amazing to see.
And everyone here just wants each other to do their best.
Yeah.
Like there's no mind games being played. There's no like, oh, we're going to leave you behind. There's always someone trying to pick up someone, and that's really cool about the Backyard Ultra community.
I think that's why these Backyard Ultras are growing so much. And I mean, we love covering them because you're just seeing these everyday stories. You're seeing the battler, do 5 or 10 minutes or 5 or 10 loops, right? And then you're seeing like guys like Ben Nichols and Margie like pushing the limits, trying to get back onto the Australian team, which at the moment is 62 yards. But another massive thing at the Melbourne Frontyard Ultra is the race director, Sean, has put up 10 grand for any female that breaks the Australian record, which at the moment stands at 61. So it's 62 to break the record and get on the Australian team. And on top of that,
if they break the women's world record, 15 grand.
15 grand.
So I think it's really, we've just had to,
Gaddy's just dropped.
Gaddy.
He's had enough. Oh,
that's amazing.
Oh, he's a legend.
Great work, Gaddy.
Great work, Gaddy.
Oh, he's going to ring the bell. Let's see him ring the bell.
He's going to ring the bell. Oh. Yeah, I watched him for a while. He was battling there for a little bit. Yeah, he was battling for a bit. And that's the thing, this format is so different to a point-to-point race.
Because, like someone like Gaddy absolutely dominates in a point-to-point race, and people might underestimate how hard it is to back up in a Backyard Ultra because it's a completely different thing.
What's the hardest thing about a Backyard Ultra when you compare it to a point-to-point? What are you doing at a Backyard Ultra loop after loop that you're not doing at a point-to-point?
I feel like you just want me to say a solid answer, but I don't know your solid answer. I have answers of my own.
What do you think? It's a pretty solid answer.
I think that you are convinced in the Backyard Ultra that the pain doesn't end.
No, it's not that deep.
Okay. What do you do?
You don't stop.
Yeah, okay.
You don't stop. Like your aid stations are like 4 or 5 hours away at a point-to-point race. Whereas at these events, you stop every 45 minutes, so you cool down. And like anyone that I've been talking to, and I've been lucky, I'm going to drop a name here, but Bronte, who I've been coaching, he has been coming in. I've been telling him, put blankets around your legs so you don't cool down. And I've seen him take off every time he's doing 49-minute loops. He's over doubled his PB. So I think his PB was like 11 or 12 at MVP earlier in the year, and we've now got him to, he's going to make it to 24 hours, guaranteed. So he's doubled his PB at the moment. And beyond. So it is so epic just to see people pushing past those limits, especially the newcomers. They're so, I think they're really competitive. Guys like Brady, guys like Alex, they're super competitive guys, and they see themselves at the upper echelon of performance when it comes to, running marathons, half marathons, and all that. And at the end of the day, if you think that you're a winner, well, you'll end up getting there to the end with the other guys and girls. Well, we're going to get a heap of guests on, and our first guest is going to be the race director, so we'll get him on. All right, so we're here with Sean, the race director of Ultra Series in Melbourne here. How does it feel having such a massive turnout to this event?
I don't know. To be honest, it's probably a bit overwhelming. It's certainly more than what we anticipated. Coming here, like after last year we had pretty short notice to pull the event together, and instantly in the very first year we set a new kind of distance record for a Victorian Backyard Ultra, and I think that kind of proved to people that it's a pretty good course for going long on. It's just got enough vert and elevation change and variation in conditions to bring a longer result. And then obviously I think we all know that in the last 12 to 24 months Backyard Ultras are just blowing up, and And I guess we probably anticipated that about 3 years ago when we first came to Victoria and knew that we wanted to, you know, we thought, being the success of our Adelaide and Perth events, that we could provide something here too. And you know, we're very honoured and lucky to find such an amazing course in, you know, the heart of Melbourne. And then to have the numbers show up this year. I realistically thought we'd get 150 to 200. And I would have been absolutely stoked with that, you know, second year, double your numbers, maybe even triple your numbers. And instead we've quadrupled numbers to have I think we had 264 sign-ups and roughly 240 odd starters, I think. So, you know, which is pretty typical, having those few no-shows. But, you know, how exciting is that for the sport? And in particular, you know, on a selfish point of view, for this event moving forward. What do you think it is that draws people to these events? Oh, look, definitely with an ultra marathon, you often, as a crew or as a spectator, don't get to see your runner too frequently. Whereas here, you get to see your runner every hour. Every hour, on the hour, you're back crewing. And you're also, you know, crews are very much an important part of the runners of this event. You know, they're actually quite integral to, often for the runner to go far. You know, if you have a look at most of the runners that'll be here after 24 hours plus, just about all of them will have a crew. So, you know, there's that appeal that brings more people in, and it also means it's more than just a solo event. You know, it's more of a family or a husband and wife or you know, mates that are all there together supporting one another to make it happen. But also, this in particular, which I've certainly noticed with Herdies in Perth and with No Time to Die, this is almost an introduction for road runners into that trail/ultra scene, you know, and it's really accessible. You know, it's not too intimidating to go, oh, well, I'm going to go and do a point-to-point trail run somewhere and be so, not ignorant, but naive into what you're getting into. Whereas with something like this, you know, you're here and you get to reset every hour, and if you get something a little bit wrong, well, you can try and tweak it and go again the next hour and go from there. So, you know, it's a format which obviously worldwide has completely blown up, and we think it's getting to that point where we're like, oh yeah, right, you know, it's kind of caught up with itself now, it's going to peter off at some stage, and then it just blows up again, you know, and we're like, how do you keep up with it? And look, fortunately for us in Australia, we have an amazing group of run directors that do the Backyard Ultras around Australia. I think we've got a really good culture and a really good community behind it, which has led to having some of the best runners in the world, all here in our backyard. You know, for a country of, what, 5% of the population of the US, we're you know, number 2 in the world. We're better than the US. Yeah, you know, how cool is that? And that's, I think, because of the community and that we've all got around us. You know, in doing stuff like this, in putting events on like this, that helps us grow the profile of the sport, but also helps us, you know, realise that it's accessible for who's going to be the next Phil Gore. Yeah. Who's going to be the next Margie or Nashi or Holly Ransom? What do you think is the one big thing that you've seen from all your experience hosting so many of these events? What's the biggest difference in a crew that can help their runner or hinder their runner? Well, what's the one thing that you've seen? It was actually really cool because I just met a crew lady earlier, and she was so cool and chill and calm. And we were talking about her journey in life, and she's actually a nurse. So she's in medical situations all the time. And she said, I love just remaining calm. And even if I can't find something, I don't let my runner know that, or in her case, my husband know that. I'll just, you know, I'll keep working away until I find it, and just act calm, because the runner's got such a short window that they're in, you know, in the village for. And if you've got a calmness and, you know, I think, you know, one thing I've seen with Phil is he gets meditation on, you know, not all the time, but on certain laps he'll do a little bit of meditation and just chill out and just calm down. And if you've got crew that can help facilitate that, I think also if you're prepared, if you plan for your crew so that they know what to expect, I also think that's a great help to lessen the chance of things going wrong.
Yeah, 100%. What about from a runner's perspective? What are some of the big mistakes you've seen runners make that kind of end it for themselves? And what are the elite kind of things that you've seen the best runners do that the people that are starting out don't do?
I guess in this case, I'm not going to use Phil as an example because he's an exception to the rule. You know, I'd struggle to run a 34-minute lap here, let alone running a 34-minute lap on, you know, lap 48 or lap 72 or whatever. So I'm not going to use that as an example. I think you got to not run against anyone else apart from yourself in this. Look, I'm not terribly experienced in actually running these. I more just host them. You know, I think that's definitely one thing that people get caught up is comparing themselves to other people, whereas every single runner that's still out there now is completely different to the one alongside them. Yep. Even though they might share 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 laps together, you know, they're definitely not going to be together for the whole 24 or 48 yards or whatever. So you've got to run to your own strengths. I think also some of the people that might not do as well as they think maybe come into it a little bit arrogantly because they look at it and go, oh, it's 6.71k, I can do that easy in an hour. And they'll go and race it and then come in and sit down for 20 minutes and seize up or you know, they may not take it sensibly enough in the realisation that even though you can pretty much run a lap comfortably and still come in time, your body's still using energy and it still needs to be refueled, especially if you want to go long. Yep. You know, obviously so many people's targets now have been 24 hours for the last, you know, it's probably 12 hours, then 15 hours, then 24 hours. And that's how it's been for realistically probably the last 8 years, sorry. But now that kind of target's almost moving to maybe now getting 30 hours, because 30 hours is 200 Ks. And then 36 hours, 150 miles, you know. So the target's definitely moving. But I think also the one benefit we've got is there's so many people that are elite runners but are so humble, you know, and are putting information out there to help or to show people what they do that works for them. And, you know, and that's not going to work for everyone, but you can take 1 or 2 things from there. So I think that's great to help new people that are naive, and there's so much content out there now to, you know, I guess to educate new runners.
100%. I think that the better guys in the sport give out their information, what they can do, then it brings more people into the sport, then we're all getting better together. Yeah. So, and I think that that's the key to it. So a big thing with Melbourne Frontyard Ultra is that you put up a hell of a lot of money, right, if the girls can break the Australian record and the world record.
Yeah.
So what was your thinking behind that? And are you excited to see the girls push for those records?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I'm not a big prize money fan in general in this sport. The reason being is because I think the greatest prize has been out here surrounded by amazing people. You know, the community, hands down, is the best thing I've ever been involved in my life outside my own kids and wife. You know, the community here is brilliant, and I think that's the greatest prize money and the greatest asset that we've got. And I think, to be honest, that is why Australia is such a force in backyard ultras, because we have such a wicked community. The one disparity which I personally find out there, which again is another conversation for another day, but is that you know, the males and females are put on the same platform, and I know there's arguments for both sides, but how I look at it is we have about between 16 and 24% of our entrants at our backyard events are females. The reasoning behind that I'm not entirely sure, but I also think is maybe because there's not a female field and a male field that it's compared by, it's just an overall. I think that definitely has something to do with it, because I'd suggest it's probably like that worldwide with the disparity, and females are tough. Man, they are, our average DNF rate across all our different ultra events and stuff like that we have is far less on the women than it is on the men. You know, they go through and they can push, I believe personally, through so much more than what us blokes can. And I guess this is my way of encouraging the females to come and give this format a crack. And my way of also saying that I think you women are bloody amazing, and I really want to do what we can to encourage you to take this format on, because the more of you that come and do it and prove that you are so capable, then the more people are going to come, you know, the up and comers are going to come and give it a go, because, you know, the ambassadors of the female side of this sport are you know, going to be doing what they can to lift the profile.
Well, you've definitely attracted some of the best female backyard runners and ultra runners in the country. You've got Margie's here, you've got Melissa Robertson's here, Najiska's here, Rachel Johnson's here. Most of those girls I actually competed in the Hardcore Harris Challenge with, and they went super far. And
yeah,
you know, they proved that women are equal to men when it comes to this. And I mean, I'm excited to see how far they can go. But there's a lot of guys here as well that are chasing, like everyone's chasing that Aussie spot. What do you think, where do you think the number lands? I think this is my last question. I want to wrap it up with, where do you think the number lands here for the last one standing?
Well, the Aussie level at the moment's 67, I think, if I stand, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's where you're going to be at on the team. But there's still a few more events to go now between now and when cut-off is in August as well. So 67 really isn't going to cut it. And look, this is, like we alluded to at the start, this is a course where you can go deep. And I know, you know, that there's a good group of people that are certainly trying to push the women to that 62 and above. But then I don't think it's going to stop there. I hope it doesn't, because I want to see the level being raised again. You know, man, imagine if they chase down the women's world record. I mean, that'd be sick. I know that's, you know, that's another day and a half on top of the Aussie record, but, you know.
But it's doable.
100% it's doable.
We're the second best country on the planet in this format, and we've got some of the most outstanding female runners. So.
And if you have a look at, I think it's Sarah, English.
Perry,
yeah. If you have a look at her last results, with the exception of the one now, this was her first one that she hasn't had a PB on. She's gone from like 30 something to 50 something to 90 something, you know, in laps. Who's to say that can't happen now? Yeah. You know, there's that. It's there. I think, I guess we kind of anticipate it'll go to Tuesday evening, maybe into Tuesday night. I can't really see it going a fourth night.
But never say never.
No, 100% never say never.
I mean,
you don't know. Well, it could be over in 12 hours time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, we've seen some massive PBs when I was in Sydney a few weeks ago, and there were some massive PBs. And I know that space that you get into when there's those final 5 or 6 runners, everyone really bands together and just pushes on. And I really hope we're going to see that here.
Well, you look at Maddie and Ben last year. That's exactly what happened. So, and the Crow, but you know, I think Maddie and Ben ended up doing quite a bit together towards the end, just the two of them. You know, just to push it out that little bit further, and sometimes that's what it takes. I remember Johan and Joel a few years ago, they did like 20-something hours, 21 hours, I think it was, just the last two.
No time to die,
Had no time to die to push, you know, that was whole new records for South Australia, and who knows?
Well, Sean, thanks for jumping on the podcast. Thanks for, you've created an arena where these athletes are getting an opportunity to become household names in Australia, and you don't realise how grateful, well, I am that you do these events, and how grateful all the other athletes are as well, because honestly, we're, you know, the whole backyard ultra scene is very niche. People don't know about this sport, but you know, you're creating these events where we can, you know, showcase how good we are and what we can do. So I really appreciate you jumping on.
No, it's great. I think it's a community that, you know, there's no judgment. We just want everyone to be involved in this, and if that's what they want. And I think to be able to create a platform to encourage that is good. So, you know, we're not biased in thinking you need to be elite or anything. We just want you to come along and give a crack. And to be honest, be part of such an amazing community.
100%.
You know, it's changed my life, and hopefully it can change others.
It will. And you know, you mentioned Joel just a second ago, and we're bringing Joel on now to have a chat. He's actually crewing Margie as well. So, and that's the beauty of this community. You've got elite runners like Joel, who's on the Australian team, crewing someone else to jump on that Australian team as well. So thanks heaps for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
And we'll talk soon.
Done. Thanks, legends.
All right, we have got Joel Sexton in the house. How you going, Joel?
Yeah, good for someone who's had maybe 30 minutes sleep.
30 minutes sleep. You're looking pretty good for a guy who's had 30 minutes sleep.
I'm just excited to be here.
The only question I want to ask is, have your runners had more than 30 minutes sleep? They've gone through one night already.
I don't reckon I have.
No?
Nah, Margie definitely might have dozed off at one point last night, but I don't think she's had any serious sleep yet. But
Yeah.
I find that too. Like I don't usually sleep the first night either. You're usually a little bit too wired, or your body's still adjusting. It's not until you get super tired that.
I often say to people, like, that first night, don't be anxious about not sleeping.
Yeah.
Just the rest, just close your eyes and just rest.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you're not anxious, then you're kind of like, oh yeah, I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And you always say to me, like, the sleep will come when it comes.
Yeah, exactly. I can have as much no-dose as I want, and I'll still end up sleeping through it. I can have 6 cups of coffee and still sleep at the end of it.
Yeah.
If I'm tired enough.
How are Margie and Emma, like, how are they feeling in terms of, like, physically?
I think physically, like, their bodies are okay. I think Margie might have a couple of weird sort of walking issues. You know what it's like. A certain hill just hits you the wrong way, and one muscle doesn't like it once you've done it 20 times in a row. But physically, they're pretty good. Emma's sort of feeling a bit sort of fatigued now, like really starting to feel it this deep in. But Margie's still going really well as well.
Because you're crewing 3 people in the one.
Two really, and then Kate's got crew as well. So
Yeah.
but there's 3 in our little setup. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of foods are the girls eating, like, to keep them going loop after loop? Like, we're almost at 24 hours.
Yeah.
And to fuel for that, like, I mean, what kind of foods are they eating?
I've got Margie and Emma on pretty much the same schedule. So, but it's just normal stuff like, you know, rice puddings and lollies and gels and sandwiches and wraps and hot cross buns and egg muffins and just hash browns. You know.
So yeah, we've got a buffet in there.
Yeah, mate. It's catered.
Buffet.
I've paid people to come in and cook.
Oh,
for
me and Ollie are working out at one little Better by Next Week tent. We don't have Rach here helping us out, and it's just like, what have we got? We got a couple packets of chips left. So.
Uber Eats.
We got Uber Eats. Haven't been super healthy, so which yeah.
You got the pizza van over there and Uber Eats.
Well, you've got your race coming up, No Time to Die, in a few weeks' time. How are you feeling for that?
Really good. My watch says I'm peaking today, so it's a little bit early for that. But no, I've had a great block. Started the year with that Hardcore Harry's challenge, and that sort of set the tone for the year.
You know, it's going to be funny. It's going to be really interesting to see how everyone is travelling, like, off that Hardcore Harry's challenge, because there's so many people that are performing so well off having this crazy training block at the start of the year.
I only did it for 30 days, unlike some other people. And yeah, Margie's going to be the other big test, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She is. I think she was a bit nervous, and then I went to Sydney, and then she's not as nervous. So,
well, the precedent's been set, so Margie's got to follow suit.
100%. So the girls are chasing, obviously, the Australian record. Do you think that Australian record's going to get broken?
It could. It's hard to say. It could. It's going to go deep, this race. There's so much good talent here.
Yeah, I was talking to Melissa Robinson,
Yeah.
and I said to her before the event, I'm like, oh, how you going? And she's like, yeah, all right. And I'm like, are you looking forward to trying to get the Australian record? And she's like, nah, I'm just here for the cash. So she's fully motivated by the cash.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome. That is so good. I don't think Margie's motivated by the cash. I think she's motivated by getting on that Australian team.
She wants to be on the Aussie team. Yeah.
I think a lot of people keep asking in our reels and everything like that. It's like, what is it to get on the Aussie team? How many laps do you have to, actually run?
Yeah.
And we've seen at Sydney, we had a couple guys get bumped up. We had Jack made it onto the Australian team as well. Where do you think that Australian team number sits? Like, where would you be comfortable if you were running?
Today, I would be pretty comfortable with, I think, like 65 would get you on the bottom of the list. but I'd be comfortable with like a 72 or a 73,
Yeah.
I think.
Would that number also make you feel a little bit more confident going into Sat Champs, knowing that you've got a nice big total,
Big juicy
and
number in the bank.
Yeah, and then like I mean, you've got you feel, because I know we work together, we're good mates, and we talk about this a lot. Yeah, I think we are. And do you think that seeing that jump in your own performance will give you the confidence to go, I can get to 100?
Yeah, I've felt it before, even in, you know, the last race GV. I felt a big change in myself in that race, mentally more than physically, and just a certain new belief that sort of comes in where it's like, it's possible. I can do this. Like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Body let me down on that one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, we know how hard it is to keep backing up, but. You've seen it. You would have seen us going around at Sydney's, and you know you've run with guys like Barry before. You've ran against Jack, and we all kind of see each other in that same space. And it have to be motivating to see those guys do so well, and then you're going into your event in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Does it get the juices flowing?
It does, because you talk to those guys at events and stuff, and you know that they're feeling it as well, and they're all chasing the same thing. But like, I was thinking about Baz, and I was like, I know that guy's got like 80, 90 in him. He just hasn't had the right race yet. Like, and everyone's sort of got that belief in each other. We're all looking at each other, you know, the future people, the next generation coming up. It's like, yeah, I reckon this guy's got it. Yeah. And there's heaps of them here today, which is exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of newcomers that we've been following, like Alex and Brady, and it's like they are so untested when it comes to this format.
Yeah.
Do you think that guys like that are the kind of the up and coming people are looking at guys like yourself and guys like Jack and wanting to replicate those performances, and they actually believe that they belong on that stage?
Yeah, I do, and I think the bigger this sport's getting, like the more exposure it's getting, it's introducing people who may not have thought to have a go at it before. So that's what's driving these numbers up more and more, because you're getting more talented people, or more people that have got the grit and grind, just didn't know where to apply it.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, so there's people out there with crazy endurance and crazy mental fortitude that just never had an opportunity to test themselves.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for jumping on. I know you're crewing 2 or 3 people in there, and you've made some time for us. Thanks heaps for making the time.
No worries.
This won't be the first time I say good luck at No Time to Die, but officially this is the first time I'm going to say good luck at No Time to Die in a few weeks' time, man.
Can't wait. Cheers.
Thanks for jumping on, man.
No worries. Good on you.
All right, we've been super lucky to get a heap of people on today. We've been getting them in nice and quick. Ollie's behind the scenes chasing people up, and we have got one of the biggest podcasters in Victoria. I don't know if you guys have listened to the Pulling Threads podcast, but Troy is one half of that Pulling Threads podcast, and he's crewing for his brother.
Yeah, the other half is out there on the course right now.
Yeah, that's right. The other half is out there doing it hard. Well, he actually doesn't look like he's doing that hard. He's probably the most calm and collected first timer I've ever seen. How is he feeling? What are you seeing in the tent?
Oh, I think he's completely dialed in. And I think the beauty of the Backyard Ultra, or we were talking about this on the drive home yesterday, the other day, that you don't have to be such a great runner. Like, you can make up for being a good runner with dedication and like setting up your tent and having a plan. And he's like, that really works in his favor, I think, because he's good at dialing stuff in and like details orientation. So
yeah. What's his mood like?
Yeah, really good. He hasn't had any spats or anything. He's following the plan and sticking to it. He's maybe getting a little bit tired. He's definitely coming in and having some sleeps now, which is good. But yeah.
Has he managed to actually fall asleep? Have you
yeah, definitely. These last couple of 5-10 minute stops in the chair, he's been asleep for sure.
Oh, that's elite. If you're falling asleep during the day, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's 10 times easier at night, but if you're getting those naps during the day, it really sets you up for a good night.
Yeah.
So this is obviously your first time crewing at a Backyard Ultra.
Yep, I'm
How are you
terrified.
finding the experience?
I'm fucking scared, man. I'm so scared that I'm not going to wake him up. Like, I'm following the plan. Like, I'm doing everything right. I don't want him to like blow up at me. I don't want him to have any reason to be in a bad mood, or like, I just want my runner to get through and just Just cruise.
Oh, don't be too stressed because I mean, Ollie's crewed me about 100 times, and I still at Sydney a couple of weeks ago. I came in and he was asleep, and I in my bed, and I'm like, mate, get up! It's my time to have
My
a snooze.
turn.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't get too serious or anything like that. I did notice Alex was like so dialed in for those first 12 hours. Do you think that he's relaxed a little bit more now, and do you think it's an important part of that whole process of of getting through the night and getting it through another day? Do you think staying relaxed is important?
Yeah, honestly, I think probably he might have been too details oriented at the start and he just needed to chill out for a bit, but he's definitely in a relaxed state now.
Yeah.
He was coming in and I think he said to me before that like the longest he's ever run is 100 kilometers and now we're at like 140 or something. And I said, oh, so it's easy, just run more. And he's like, yeah, pretty much. That's what I found. Like it's just normal, just run.
It sounds like he's super dialed in, which is important. Do you think that there's like a tipping point that, obviously at the start, the first 12 hours, he's like, obviously he's probably anxious a little bit,
the nerves
and
are
he's
gonna be there.
trying to say, oh, I need this, I need you to do this. Do you reckon that there's that tipping point where he just looks at you and goes, oh, I trust him. I trust he knows what he's doing.
He looks at me and thinks that I'm trustworthy.
Oh yeah, like he trusted that like he's going to come in.
I know the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was pretty trusting right from the start.
Yeah.
I did the first 3 hours and then I got to handball it off to Ethan of Hardcore Harry's for the night shift. So I've just come in for, repping the Harry's gear. Yeah. So I've just come in for the day shift. So it's been pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah.
And there's so many good guys around here and so many people that said like, look, Troy, if you need a hand, like come to me if you need anything. You were one of them, like, which is so great. So I feel like we're going to be all right.
Yeah, I think that, like, what do you think of the Backyard Ultra community? Because 6 months ago, did you know, just before King of the Hill, right, because you seen everything that unfolded at King of the Hill, what was that feeling like when you kind of entered this ultra running world? Did you know that this all existed?
Nah, no idea. I don't come from a running background and like the only contact I've had with it is from Alex, and that wasn't really ultra running community vibes. It was like doing challenges more so than coming to a community. And from the moment I walked into King of the Hill, it was like everyone was so friendly, everyone just wants everyone to do the best, and I was like, wow, where have these people been? Like, I don't give a shit about running, but the fact that these people are so friendly, like, these are my people.
Yeah.
And now I'm hooked. I'm a runner now. Like, I care about running now because I want to be here doing this shit.
Have you found by crewing, you're learning so much about what it's going to take for you? You're at King of the Hill at the end of the year, you're doing that.
Yeah.
It's a last one standing event. Are you learning a lot about what it's going to take as an athlete to compete at that event?
Yeah, I feel like at King of the Hill last year, because I was spending my time running the live stream and filming, it wasn't so much sitting there and watching hour after hour of like coming out of the tent, coming back into the tent, like the problem solving so much. So I've definitely realized it's a longer, harder slog than it looks from behind the camera.
Yeah. What are like 2 or 3 things that you find that Alex is doing that you're going to take on board when you do your first last one standing?
Oh, I think the setup of the tent is the biggest one. Like, we're just following the Tim Kaprazak playbook. Everything's dialed. Like, you walk in there and it's like, is this Tim's tent? I think anyone that wants to do well has to do that. Follows Tim's good lead. And what else do I need to do? Oh, lots of pairs of shoes I'm noticing, and like looking after your feet and just like being ready for everything. I think that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, man, it rained for just like 3 laps non-stop and we had to get ready to strip everything down and replace everything.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're almost like a Formula One pit crew
That's
when he comes
exactly
in?
it. It's like as soon as he's gone, I do all my little things, have everything ready, like have it ready in my mind, double check the clock. All right, and now I'm checking the clock.
Is it fun?
Oh yeah, it's great.
It is. I love it. Like, I've been kind of darting into everyone's tents and stuff like that. I'm not officially crewing anyone, but it is actually a lot of fun watching everyone, with their crews and things like that. And it does. You do feel like it's like that team environment, and you feel like you're achieving it together. Like, your runner is the car that gets pushed out every time, but you're like behind the scenes, you're doing all this stuff. And like, what is it that you're doing from loop to loop? Like, when Alex goes out, what is the first thing that you're doing?
immediately refilling water bottles, putting it in there, double checking that I've crossed off on the list of everything that we did, whether he's eaten, whether he's had a sleep, just writing notes, because I dare say he's going to want to look back on this too in the future to see how the day actually played out, because I dare say he's not going to remember much of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, just trying to keep track of everything really.
Yeah, and I think that that's all part of being a good crew person and allowing them to not have to overthink things or anything like that. I did notice it was funny when you left last night. You left Alex in the capable hands of Henry and Ethan, and I went in there for a second. They were doing 2-minute noodles, and it was boiling over on the jet boil. Ethan didn't know where to pick it up, and he's got it. He's dropped it out the front. His noodle was going everywhere. I'm like, I think they need Troy back.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, that's right. It was Ethan. Yes.
No, that's all right. Is that why why there were noodles at the front door? Yeah, that's all right. I stuffed up the first round of noodles too. Too much water, not enough flavour.
Who told you that?
I got it dialed that Alex did.
Yeah. Oh, well, you can't be. Yeah, beggars can't be choosers.
That's true. How do you feel being here as like a godfather figure? Not necessarily doing any one person, but dipping in and out.
You know what? It's actually really nice to be able to give some advice and help people. And I've noticed there's been a few people that are like on the limit and they're about to drop out, and you kind of just give them a few tips, let them know, hey, look, do this, maybe this is happening, and then you see them, go out, and then 4 or 5 loops later, they're running through with a big smile on their face.
Yeah, nice.
So, I mean, it feels nice. It does feel nice to be able to give advice and give back, and I think that's what this whole community is about. So, well, good luck for the rest of your crewing here.
Yeah,
I reckon you're going to
so
be here for a while.
I
Alex
hope
is
so.
looking super dialed in.
Yeah.
So
For his first Backyard Ultra, I really think he's going to do well. I feel like this is our event. The Clearys can do this kind of thing.
yeah. You might be the fast Cleary, but he's the Cleary with more endurance.
Yeah, I dare say.
All right, cool. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks, Tim.
I'll do ya. All right, we've got Brady Nankervis. He's actually just finished his loop in 46 minutes to jump on the pod. You won't believe that this man's ran 23 hours. He looks fresh as a daisy. How are you feeling?
Pretty elite.
Yeah?
I feel good, yeah.
Oh, how good
I'm
is
pretty
that?
happy with how I'm feeling.
Yeah. Do you feel, I often say to people, like the longer you go, the more the distance feels justified and the pain feels justified. Do you, obviously, you've got a little bit of fatigue, you're going to be a little bit sore, everyone's sore, but does it feel justified now that you've almost at 160 Ks?
This is so silly to say, but I don't feel like I've run 160 Ks.
No?
What you said, I feel like I should be more sore than I am. But if I was, it probably would be justified, but I want to go so much further, so.
Yeah. Oh man, you could feel how much energy you still got.
Yeah.
How did you go through your first ever night? Is that the first time you've ever run through the night?
We did one with our run club. We did a simulation backyard through the middle of the night, but I was kind of overseeing it / participating. So proper participating, yes. I didn't sleep. I got some shut eye with some meditation. But I felt like I was wired. Like I didn't feel like I was tired. So didn't feel like I struggled through the night, but it was definitely good seeing the sun come up.
Yeah. How was it that first loop, the sun come up?
You feel like you just woke up. It's a burst of energy, and then it goes. You can hold it all day. So I know that's going to be the struggle tonight is going to hold on to that darkness for 12 hours. But you know that that's coming. The same feeling that we had today.
Yeah. Have you been running with many people out there, or have you been kind of soloing it?
A bit of both. A lot of cool people out there. Been getting around everyone. I think when it started raining, I got a bit rowdy, so I was running around singing a bit of Justin Bieber and stuff, and getting some people into it. But I also through the night, I was pretty much solo the whole night, and I don't know, it just felt right.
I thought when the heavens opened up that some people would start to struggle. A lot of people I thought a lot of first timers might find it pretty uncomfortable and pretty daunting to think, hell, I'm just getting wet. When's this going to stop? Yeah. How did you handle it? Well, it sounds like you handled it with some songs, but what did you think when the heavens opened up?
if anyone knows me, I love running in the rain. So I was prepared for it. If anything, I wanted more of it because I think it's beneficial for me. So I prepared for like 8 hours straight of pissing down. So that's what I was ready for. And we got like 2 hours of half decent rain.
Yeah. Have you encountered any like issues that you kind of didn't foresee before you started the event? Like overnight and stuff like that?
I don't think so, no. I mean, I called you like 4 or 5 times before the race started to ask everything. So
yeah. How are you finding like your shoe rotation and things like that?
Yeah.
Are you finding that you've found a pair of shoes that you're kind of like, hang on, this is all right? Because it's really hard. Like, I mean, for a guy like yourself who runs shorter distances, you ran a 3:30 average pace half marathon a week ago.
Yeah.
So a lot of your stuff has been speed.
Yeah.
So backing off and then obviously being in like I mean, you're not used to running this far in shoes.
Yeah, it's every
so what's your kind of shoe rotation looking like?
Yeah, so I brought 10 pairs and I found 3 that I'm happy with. So that is one thing that's kind of caught me off guard. And I brought a variety so that could happen. But I could go back to my wardrobe today and be like, bang, there's 8 pairs that would work. Now that I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, when the rain was coming, that's what I was worried that I was like, I got to save these 3 pairs and keep one of them dry. That's what I was worried about. So I pretty much used one of them throughout the whole of the rain and was just spending the whole time dodging puddles.
Yeah.
But I feel like I could probably rotate through 3 for the rest of the event.
Your partner Izzy is a big part of your journey here. I've seen her go up and down. She's a little anxious, but then she's excited. And how are you seeing her her contribution to your performance? How is that helping you?
Oh, it'd be impossible for me to do it if she wasn't here. So yeah, she's a trooper. She stayed up all night. Actually, one of the loops during the night, I come in and she was like dead asleep, knocked out in my bed. And they're like, Izzy, you need to get up, Brady's here. So nah, she's been elite. She got her first nap in right now. So she's napped for like 2 or 3 loops because a bunch of other friends arrived to take over. But yeah, definitely could not have done it without her.
Yeah,
and I can't do any of my events without her.
Yeah, I noticed that at one point she was even like, I mean, she's elite. Like she's already thinking before you're getting in.
Yeah.
She was moving your bed down the back because she's like, oh, the noise is too much down here. So she moved it down the back. And then like, I mean, so you've obviously gone down there, try and get a snooze and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she's already getting in that mode. For someone that's their first time crewing, she's already trying to think ahead for you.
Yeah.
And like we spoke before the event and like she was so nervous, but I'm like, man, she just got into the swing of things so easily.
I think the plan helped as well. So like with your help, I've got a really good plan that tells her exactly what to do. And I think as things started going well, she's kind of throwing at other suggestions. But I just keep saying, just stick to the plan. Like it's working. So she's very proactive, like you were saying. So she wants to see if other things will work. And she's preparing everything like before I get in.
But what's good though as well is like, okay, so she's sticking to the plan. She obviously got your nutrition's on point because you're full of beans, right? Your shoe changes. You had a shower this morning.
Yeah.
Right. How did that feel? How did you feel after your shower?
Yeah, good. It had to be a quick lap, but yeah, great. I don't know if I should have one tonight before the night starts or wait till the morning. What do you reckon?
Look, I'm pretty sure that I had some shower. I had 2 showers a day.
Yeah.
At least one, I know. Like the morning one's the most important one.
Yeah.
I think.
Refreshes you.
Yeah. But obviously going into the night, it is nice to feel fresh. Even if it's just like a wet cloth or something over the face, just wipe yourself down.
Yeah, I think
that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
It sure does. I'm gonna let you you got like 7 minutes before you start your loop. I'm gonna let you go. Thanks so much for jumping on. Man, you're fresh as a daisy. I can't actually believe that you've ran for 24 hours.
With your help, mate. Couldn't have done it without you.
Thanks, man. I'll take this off you.
Cheers.
Good job. So we have got Ollie back in the chair. We had Ollie obviously behind the scenes. It has been pouring down rain here, so we've been super nervous about the weather.
Well, we've actually had Mother Nature's come through a little bit and helped us out. We haven't got as much rain as what I thought we would, but we have struggled. And
yeah, we had a couple pauses in the rain, which has been good, but we are about to have another loop start in 5 or so minutes.
How cool is that? Like we just kind of went through the journey of one loop
Oh
Backyard
yeah,
Ultra.
and like, you know how exciting it is getting the race director on, getting crew people on. So we got an Australian team member on. We had Brady as well, who had just finished the loop. He was on as well. But you know what? The overalling factor I think the message that's kind of coming across from everyone is that the community around Backyard Ultra is crazy. And I mean, when we started this podcast, it was all about running and helping people run and all that kind of stuff. And now we've found ourselves so entrenched in the Backyard Ultra scene, but there's so much to learn from this format. What are you seeing with your own eyes from, not having a crew, just, recording people, getting some content and stuff, and just even helping people? What are you learning from your experience, what you're going to take into your next Backyard Ultra?
Oh, well, my next Backyard Ultra won't be for a while. I just have fun. I think if you come into it too serious, you get locked into a mindset that you feel obligated to keep for the whole race. Like, no, I need to be serious right now. And yeah, there are times to be serious and times to be antisocial when you're sleeping at night, but have some fun, be social. Like Brady was saying, sing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was doing on some of my Backyard Ultras. Like, singing's great. It picks up your mood, it picks up everyone else's mood. You might not be the best singer in the world, but at least it makes people laugh.
I mean, you got to laugh. Look, everyone's under the same conditions, doing the exact same thing. I remember at Sat Champs a few years ago when the heavens opened up. I looked up, and we mentioned this on the Phil Gore episode. I looked up and I'm like, "Is this the best you've got?" Like, you got to just laugh. Because at the end of the day, it's such a joy to be able to run and move your body and do these kinds of things and actually experience it with crew. Because I could see it in everyone's crews. Everyone's so excited for their runner. They're excited to get them back in, excited to get them back out. I mean, do you feel that as well as when you're crewing me? And now that obviously the dust has settled from Sydney, but do you feel that as well?
I feel nervous when I'm crewing you. I don't know why. We leave it to the last second to get out into I almost want you just to go into the corral with 2 minutes to go, but I guess that's not the case. But no, I agree with you. I think especially with these first timers, it's just a whole new world and it opens up a lot of people's eyes, not just the runners, but the crew people as well.
Yeah.
Is that they're just amazed at what's actually happening. Like they're able to experience so much. Like I said before, like that bubble. I think they don't know that it's a bubble, but they're just having so much fun that when they reflect on it in the end, that it'll be good.
They have got, sorry for the pause, but we're actually pretty excited. They're about to break the record, an Ultra Series record. 48 people have just run, about to run 160 kilometers, which is absolutely nuts. And you know what I want to say? One massive thing with this format is that if you look at a start line of a 100-meter race, everyone looks the same. You can actually tell what the difference is between one runner and the next and what the performances, how they get those performances. But, with Backyard Ultra and ultra running, you look at everyone and they're all different. Everyone's different shapes and sizes and fitness levels. And I reckon it's so much up in your head. Don't you reckon, Ol?
Yeah. Yeah, but they all start the same line every time.
Yeah, that's right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Moving the camera.
3, 2, 1. Woo! Ollie's going to move the camera. Woo! You got this! Woo! That's so awesome. That's incredible. Like 24 hours these people have been running for, and they're just absolutely killing it. They're absolutely killing it. It's an amazing performance by so many of them. I mean, and they're not done yet. I mean, these guys are going to be running for another 3 days, which is absolutely crazy. Ollie's trying to get the camera back. He went and did a little bit of freestyling with the camera, but it's so,
it's good
so
enough.
incredible. How'd you go, Ol?
It's good enough.
Oh, it's good enough. Yeah. Look, we're going to, I mean, it's such an exciting format. Like Sean said, the race director, it's just growing so much. We were at Sydney the other day and there was 600 odd people, which is nuts. There's 250 odd people here and it's growing year over year. And I mean,
it's going to become the new ultra running.
You reckon?
It'll be the new endurance side of ultra running.
Yeah.
I just wonder how far we can push it. Like, to what limit can we go?
Well, I think that everyone's kind of pouring into this format because they can see that they can run half marathons, they can run marathons, and then they can rub shoulders with the best runners in the world. Like, Phil Gore is quite possibly the fittest athlete on the planet, and not that many people know about him, but I think the more and more we kind of cover these kinds of events, and the more exposure it gets, it's just going to skyrocket. So,
Well, I guess we should get into our better by next week.
how about we bring this one across the finish
we bring
line?
it across the finish line. Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking at you. You look so tired. How much
am pretty
actual
knackered.
sleep did you get?
my watch told me 2.5 hours.
2.5. You lied to me. I thought you said
I
to
went
me
to bed at
I got
4.
5 hours, and I'm like, I
No.
went to bed before you.
I said I got 4. I went to bed at 4 and got up at 8, and my watch said I got 2.5 hours. Sleep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So we're exhausted. We've been covering it the whole event. We've been pumping out a heap of content, and now to cap it all off, for 24 hours, we've decided to record a podcast live from the scene. So
With the help of Henry over here.
yeah,
behind the scenes.
Henry behind the
Jump
scenes has
in on
helped
the
us.
cameras.
Here he is. Jump in, say hello. So Henry has been, he's going to be our new content guy for Better By next week.
Nothing has said.
No, we got to give Henry a lot of credit. He's been behind the scenes helping us pull this one off. So thank you so much.
All good? I didn't do much, but
No, you helped us. It's been a bit tricky with the weather and stuff like that, but thank you for helping us out.
no worries.
Hey, I've got an even better idea. We're going to bring this one across the finish line, but because Henry's been such a nice guy, we want you to set our Better By Next Week challenge. I'm actually going to put the mic on you. So I've kind of put you on the spot.
Better By Next Week challenge.
So our Better By Next Week challenge, if you don't listen to the podcast, is something that our guest or Ollie and I set for each other and our listeners for the whole week.
Okay.
So what maybe something that you've seen here or you think that Ollie and I should do for the next week to make us better by next week?
Do you have hills where you are?
Yes.
We definitely do.
Yep.
I reckon you should do like, how high is the hill? How much vert have you got?
As much as you want.
Yeah.
As much as you want there. There's hills. We got a hill that's like 100 meters elevation
Okay.
in 1K
100 meter hill sprint per day.
per day. We got to hit that hill.
Every
So
day.
you want us to every day hit that hill and sprint it.
100 meter hill sprint.
100 meter or
Yeah.
1 kilometer. Oh, 100 meter elevation
Yeah, 100 meter elevation. Like,
every day.
That's going to be the hardest challenge we've had
well,
yet.
how long is the 100 meters there? Like, what's the kilometer?
1
like?
kilometer.
Oh, it's 1 kilometer sprint.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, you've just said it.
I didn't know what I got you in for. But
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you know what? If our listeners, find the steepest hill you can find,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
at home, and
Have a go with it.
have a go at it, 5 to 6 minutes, because that's what Ollie and I are going to be doing.
Yeah.
We're looking. We got one hill. It's at this place called Purtisat Road, and we'll do that hill every single day this week.
Nice.
How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. So when
I'm
I get
looking
home,
forward to it.
when I get home from covering everything here, I'll do it.
maybe you have to do extra.
Oh, I'll do the extras. That's awesome. All right, cool. Well, I hope everyone crushes their runs this week. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. I hope that when this podcast comes out tomorrow, that these guys are going to be at, that's in 12 hours time, 36 hours. So Ollie's got some work to do to get this edited, but he's elite, so he'll get it done. So thanks for listening. Thanks for
you.
joining us
No
right
worries.
at the end there, Henry. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Catch you later.
See you later.
Fist bumps.
Fist bumps.
This is life just waiting for ya.